Do you want to grow and scale your Airbnb business to maybe 5 or 10 or 20 Airbnbs? Hey everyone, my name is Jorge Contreras and I've been operating Airbnbs since 2017. And as of today, I am making 6 figures a month, and I've definitely learned a thing or two about scaling Airbnbs. Before we get started, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you guys can get notified every time I upload a video. And if you guys have any questions, please drop them in the comments down below. I'll make sure to respond to each and every comment. So of course, the way you expand and scale your Airbnb business is by launching more properties. And one of the reasons a lot of people are unable to grow and scale is because they're so involved working in their business that they're not able to work on their business. So working in your business looks like this. You do the cleaning, you turn into the handyman, you're doing all the communications, like you are doing everything, wearing every hat in the business because you think that if you do it yourself, it'll get done right, or if you do it yourself, you'll save some money. And it's good to be hands-on, but sometimes being too hands-on will keep you from being able to grow your business. My recommendation if you want to grow and scale is delegate those 3 operations, the cleaning, the maintenance, the communication, and while your team is handling those things in this first Airbnb, you should be going and looking for your next acquisition, for your next property. That is how you grow and how you scale. You might want to expand to other cities, although it is easier, right? Because when you launch an Airbnb, like let's say you launch your first property in Dallas, Texas, and in this area around downtown of Dallas, Texas, you have a cleaner and you have a maintenance person. Well, if you were to launch a second property there, well, guess what? You could use the same cleaner, the same maintenance person, and it makes it easier for you to start expanding. But of course, another way that you could expand is by launching in other cities or in other states and even in other countries. You just gotta always make sure you have somebody who can be your boots on the ground, right? That your boots on the ground is like a operator, a manager, a co-host, or the cleaner who is responsible for anything that needs to be done in person so that you don't have to be there. Now, as you start growing and scaling, you want to start building your team because there's only so much that you are able to do. There's only so much that one person can do. So once you get to about 4, 5, 6 properties, you may want to bring in a part-time in-house manager. Again, don't hire a third-party management company. They're going to charge you like 30, 35% of gross revenue. And in most cases, that may be all of your profit, right? Or most of your profit. So instead, my recommendation is that you hire an in-house manager. What does that look like? Personally, I hired my best friend who I've known for 23 years, and they manage all of my properties. So it could be somebody that you personally know, who you feel would be a great manager, operator, boots on the ground, or someone who's already operating in the area that you're operating in. Maybe you go to some local meetups or real estate events and you find some really good operators there who are solid integrators that can help you manage your business and take some of the workload off of your plate. So this way you can focus more on acquisitions and then delegate the rest to your team. You could also hire a virtual assistant and or manager or even a co-host through Upwork.com. Again, Upwork.com. It's a website where you could hire people who already have experience. Like I personally just hired a new manager there that's going to help manage some of my properties and some of our students' properties. And currently they are managing 30 properties all virtually. Like they live in Mexico and they're managing properties in the US and in other parts of Mexico. So again, your manager doesn't have to be in person. Everything can be done virtually. The next thing is you want to streamline your pricing. I recommend utilizing softwares like Beyond Pricing or Price Labs in order to maximize your nightly rates. They will look at events, hotels, Airbnbs, and events in the area, and based on supply and demand, they will adjust your pricing so that you can make more money with less work. And if you guys are enjoying this video, make sure you guys hit that like button because it truly helps the algorithm and more people who need to see this video will see this video. So I appreciate you hitting that like button in advance. The next thing is really getting to that Superhost status. And the way you get to Superhost status is maintaining a 4.8 average rating or higher. Now, when you're getting started, you typically need to have at least 10 reservations with an average of a 4.8. and they decide on who gets and maintains Superhost status every quarter. So January through March, and then the next 3 months, and then the next 3 months, and the next 3 months. So at the beginning of the fourth month, for example, which is April 1st, after that it'd be May, June, July 1st, and then August, September, October 1st, and then November, and then January 1st, right? So every 3 months they decide on who gets Superhost status and who keeps or loses their Superhost status. So if you launched in, call it March 20th, well, you only have 10 days and you're not going to get 10 reviews or 10 bookings. 10 reviews in those 10 days, right? So that is something that you want to just kind of keep in mind. But ideally, you want to maintain that 4.8 regardless. So when the next quarter is up, you get and then maintain your Superhost status. And the reality is those who have Superhost status get more bookings and can charge more money. Personally, when I stay at Airbnbs, there's a little filter when you're booking properties and you click on the Superhost tab and you will only see properties operated by Superhost. And obviously, I personally don't want to take the risk of maybe not having a good experience. So even if I pay a little bit more, I have certainty that we're going to have a great experience, because if 200 other people gave this property a 5-star experience, then it's probably a 5-star experience. The fifth and final step is really acquiring more capital in order to launch Airbnb. So a couple ways that you can do that. One, you can bring in a money partner. You create some type of structure, whether it's 50-50, 60-40, or 70-30. And as long as it's a win-win and everyone's happy, that is what matters. It's not a one-size-fits-all. And so if you bring in a money partner, they can bring in all the capital while you gain your percentage because of sweat equity, meaning you're finding the deals, you're launching the deals, you're managing the deals on an ongoing basis, which is honestly just as much work, if not more, than bringing in the capital, or even more value, I should say, because you can find the money everywhere. But finding someone who has the experience and credibility and the track record is actually harder to find than the capital. Another way is paying somebody on private money. Imagine you borrow $20,000 from someone at a 10% interest rate. You would pay them just 10% of an interest rate on their money, but it's technically your business, so you're going to have a bigger upside. And then the final way is utilizing a cash advance. That is where you transfer money from a credit card into a checking account, ideally for the promotional rate of 0% interest for up to 21 months. If you go on Google and you type balance transfers, they do them for personal, but also for business credit cards. Find the NerdWallet website. They already do all the research for you and tell you what are the requirements and which are the best credit cards with no fees. That being said, thank you guys for watching this video. Check out the links down below where you guys can book a call with my team to see if we can help you build a 6-figure Airbnb empire without owning real estate. And check out one of my other videos here. Peace.